Yeah.
Because I talk a lot.
Yeah, sometimes you might just talk yourself into a situation.
Right. So like, hey, sign up for solar panels or box service.
Yeah, them solar panel people
happen.
don't know how to take no for an answer.
I know, and I cannot say no. Like if somebody knocks on my door, hey, how is it going? What are you selling? I have a vacuum cleaner that costs more than my down payment was.
Oh my god.
I know, I'm hard. I never opened the door. That's exactly why.
They get a call, hey man, such and such just did your joke.
Oh shit.
Like,
That's like a knife to your heart.
yeah.
Like that you came up with
That never happened to me. I want people to steal my jokes.
Hey man.
You're lucky you got your dark style that not many are gonna take.
try to make people laugh about cancer kids. You know how hard that is? I'm the victim here.
It's extremely hard, but at the same time, you pull it off so effortlessly, man.
Well,
Yeah.
it looks effortless. It takes a lot of effort. And I love kids with cancer. It's not like I don't like it.
Yeah, no. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, clap.
And
Gotcha.
don't clap like... That also happened before.
Just one?
Yeah, one clap.
Alright.
All right, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And we are alive with the Psst. Did you hear that podcast with me, Imre, Mehesz, and...
Flow funny.
Yay!
Yo.
And our guest today, I don't know why I keep saying tonight. Anyway, Ian from Jacksonville. Woo!
Hey,
Yay!
how we doing?
What up,
Welcome
what
to
up,
the
what
podcast.
I appreciate you for having me.
Yeah,
Glad to have you here.
this is it. And we got a new table, which I'm super excited about. I didn't even see if it's gonna fit into the thing.
Hey, man.
But anyway,
You shellacked the table perfectly.
I don't know.
Shellac.
I'm going to use that tonight when I get on
it's
stage.
It's held up by duct tape, over here, but it's fine. You cannot tell if
I
you just
see.
look
You
at
got
it.
tape and shellac.
Yes, there are different reasons for the tape. Mostly because the table started breaking apart in the garage. So I'm like, you know what?
So this is a BDSM table.
It is definitely a BDSM. It's
So
a
you got-
DIY, or what is it? Do it yourself. Yeah, DIY BDSM table.
Yeah, because it got a shellacking and some duct tape.
Shellacking. All right, I'm going to have to Google what shellacking is.
I
You
have
didn't
no
know
idea.
shellacking either?
I have no idea, but it sounds funny.
Wow.
I know slacking,
shellac.
but I don't know slacking.
Shellac.
Well, normally the reason I hesitate is because wood. Normally, to make it a nice, clear, smooth coat, you shellac it. So I was assuming this is shellac.
Oh. You mean like polish, kind of?
It's kind of like a polish.
It's like a clear coat, epoxy.
This is an epoxy. Yes.
Okay.
And it should be flat, but
It has.
Fucked up.
I did fuck up.
man.
So what happened was I put down the pictures, but I'm like,
see
wait a
here.
second, it's gonna move when I pour the epoxy. Epoxy is like a honey-like substance.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to glue the pictures down,
Mm-hmm.
which is a good idea at the time. But once the glue dried, the corner of the pictures
Started
peeled
to
off.
peel. Hey man.
So anyway,
they can't tell that. So
no,
it
I
don't
know,
matter.
right? It looks
no.
great from
It-
4 feet away.
it looks amazing.
Amazing from 4 feet. Once you get
cool.
closer, it's like,
Hey,
looks bad, but whatever.
You're your worst critic, but
Oh, I definitely.
this table
Very
is
true.
very well shellacked.
Trust me, I was crying for days when I saw. I wanted to be this to be a weekend project, and it turned out to be a month-long project.
I know.
But anyway, this is not why we are here
Hey.
to talk about my horrible handyman.
Poor Ian,
Handyman.
gotta hear all the
Hey man,
tape
don't worry about it.
stuff.
This episode is called shellacked.
Slack,
Yeah,
for
there
sure.
it is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm always
Shellacked.
looking for T-shirt ideas and title names because
Hashtags. right?
hashtags, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, are you handy? Are you handy?
I'm as handy as can to be expected. I probably wouldn't try to shellac a table, but I can put up a bookshelf. I can
Nice.
change out toilets, faucets, stuff like that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
I know who to call now. All right.
Hey
There
man,
it is. There it is.
we whatever. I'm a phone call away.
Awesome. So, all right. So here we go. Are you from originally Jacksonville?
I am from Jacksonville, born and raised.
That is
Duval.
I think.
Dude.
Are you
Yeah.
the first? I think you are the first one, right?
I don't know.
I definitely wasn't born or raised here.
Ah,
I just landed here like a good
Come on.
immigrant,
You're part of Jacksonville regardless.
That's awesome. So you definitely, like, I lived in Jacksonville since about 2005, and I've seen the city grow tremendously.
Oh,
in the
you've probably
past-
seen major
That's what I
changes.
wanted to get. So in the
Right.
past 20 years, so I can only assume, like, how
I
small this city was.
remember when all this really wasn't even this. Fort Caroline was just woods.
Right.
And you had to make sure you had gas before you got out here. Because
Wow.
if you didn't have gas, that would be your...
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So I do remember, because our church, I used to go to church, is right here
You went to church?
for over a decade. But anyway,
Wow.
so
I didn't
the
expect
church
that.
was right here, and
Uh-huh.
you're right. There was only like a 2-lane road, like a
Exactly.
one lane road, really,
Exactly.
and the back roads and everything was built up. Anyway, so Jacksonville is growing crazy.
Hey, man. That's what I
Crazy
tell my
fast.
parents not to sell their house in Springfield. Because
Right.
that downtown area
It's
is
gonna
going
go
to get real expensive in the next 2 years.
Oh, for sure. Like
Definitely.
especially we are redoing our stadium, right?
Yep.
Redoing the whole downtown area, aren't they?
So they're redoing the landing.
So
Everything, yeah.
from what I hear, there's supposed to be a Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh,
There's supposed
wow.
to be a Four Seasons that's already under contract.
Wow.
And yeah, they're redoing the stadium. Go Jags.
There it is.
Go Jaguars.
Yeah, we're winning this year.
I don't even know
I hear
what's
that every-
happening at all.
It's funny because like
With-
I'm not into sports.
Yeah.
You know, I watched the finals, the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl,
It's called
I don't
the
know.
NBA Finals. You watch all the
NBA
big
finals,
games.
yeah. And but that's about it.
I
I
haven't
watch
watched any of it.
esports mostly, and
None of it.
StarCraft and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. Call of Duty, Rainbow Six.
Oh, there you go.
Come on.
And what is that? Fortnite. I haven't played Fortnite in forever, but
You know, I was on Fortnite when it first came out, and then my nephew like killed me.
yeah.
While he's in the other room, he's like, "Got you." All
No,
right.
these kids are like literally like sponges. They pick anything up, especially video games.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
I'm like, am I that old? Like, why are my fingers not working as fast?
my
You know, like,
my brain is telling my fingers to press this button, but it's not
Yeah.
reacting the way it needs to.
yeah. I had the same with soccer. I used to play soccer when I was a kid, and I came here. I came here and I played soccer in a corporate environment with corporate teams, and my brain is still there, but my body just can't do it.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, there is the ball, just run after it. How easy that can be. It's not.
See, what happens is technically when you try to do that stuff you did when you were young, your check engine light comes on.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been on for a while.
Yeah.
Need to get shit fixed.
Flo, you are like freaking 20 years old. So
yeah.
Flo is always complaining how old she is, and I'm like, are you serious? You know,
Hey man.
my nose hair is growing 3 miles a minute. Like I cut it one day, and the next day I'm like, what are you doing here? And it's just
Hey,
like going
I'm gonna tell you, that's the reason why I got a beard. I used to be clean shaven, but
Oh, really?
every 2 days, all right, we just gonna let it grow.
This is
Yeah.
too much work.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever. No, I only known you with beard.
yeah, I've had a beard since probably 2009.
Oh, okay.
2010.
Wow.
Never mind.
Been
So-
rocking it for a while.
Yeah, whether it's full scruff or 5 o'clock shadow.
Right.
My bad.
That's all right.
Yeah, always some type of facial hair because it's too much work.
Yeah, I have to have facial hairs because Hungarians traditionally have facial hairs.
Okay.
Even my mom has a little bit. You know?
Hey,
Testosterone.
keep up with the traditions.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
I like beard. I look like a noodle if I shave, you know, because I'm
See,
bald. So.
Here's the thing: if I shave my face completely, I look like a pedophile. I know that. I know that. So
So
instead
not
of
a
it
good
being like, "Hey, you," let's just make sure we look like a teddy bear.
Right.
or
You know what?
whatever.
If I
There
have
it
to
is.
pick between looking like a noodle and a pedophile, of course, I'm going to pick the noodle. You know?
Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
But now if I keep my mustache, you know,
Okay,
it's-
yeah.
of course, we all can go there. 70s porn star look.
Come on.
What is his name? Jeremy something? Maybe I should have not said it so quickly.
No, don't. Yeah, no.
I said it too fast.
From what I hear, he's in some trouble.
Yeah, and we all getting canceled.
Hey,
Oh, I'm not following him. I just knew him back in the day.
all I gotta say is I can't wait for me to get canceled. That means I actually hit it somewhere.
Yeah,
There
right.
you go.
I mean, I always say that if you don't walk people from the crowd, are you even doing comedy? You know what I mean? Because that means, I don't know. It's like,
Yeah, I think the state of comedy at this point is everybody's worried about offending somebody, And that's not really what comedy is.
Yeah.
Comedy was kind of meant to address the elephant in the room
Right.
and make it funny.
And make it funny. That's the thing. I think that's why this whole cancel culture thing, I don't think it exists. If you are funny, not that it doesn't exist. It's not as bad as people are saying. If you are funny, you can make anything funny.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Them people really don't exist, though.
People don't exist.
Because they'll not in person. They exist on the internet.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because like those same people that'll, I hate your material. We see you in person. Oh man, you're so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, I know your Facebook profile.
Right.
There it is.
But
yeah,
that's
they
just
write random stuff.
But that's the culture we created, right? Coming from the past. Like, hey, here is the internet, which is such a great tool, until we realized, oh, I can troll people and hide behind my fire or whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And never get anything.
So annoying.
See,
Trolls.
That's how I know I'm on the right path. When I got a video full of trolls, hey man, I'm one step closer to getting canceled.
But that's another thing. Like, you know, I like social media because I was able to connect with my family back in Hungary, right? So it was great. But this whole trolling, and I would never post anything, but I would not stay on stage. You know what I mean? And I would never be offensive to anybody on the internet because they can find out where you live.
Yeah.
And if you can't, hit me up. I can find out where anybody lives.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? I like to do that just for fun.
He has a particular set of skills.
I do have a...
It's true, though.
I'm connected with the... okay, I'm not going to say that.
Don't say too much.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh.
But that's what my lawyer said on my divorce. He was like, hey, you are pretty good. Don't talk.
Yeah.
Because I talk a lot. Like,
yeah, sometimes you might just talk yourself into a situation.
Right. So like, hey, sign up for solar panels or box service.
Yeah, them solar panel people don't know how to take no for an answer.
I know, and I cannot say no. Like if somebody knocks on my door, hey, how is it going? What are you selling? I have a vacuum cleaner that costs more than my down payment was.
Oh my god!
I know, I'm hard. I never open the door. That's exactly why. Not because I'm an asshole. That could be, but
see, so I'm kind of the same type of person. But what helped me out a lot is I got the Ring camera. Shout out to them people because I can actually be home and answer the door without actually answering the door.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not a good time right now. I appreciate you. Have a great day. Click.
Done.
Oh, nice.
Simple as a phone call.
I do have cameras.
I used to have the Ring one. Yeah. Yeah.
I do have cameras, but in this particular situation that happened today, I was waiting for you guys, and the girl was already there selling solar panels.
I thought it was us,
and I thought it was you.
I'm gonna tell you, I saw her when she went from that house to this one. I was like,
I opened the door. I was expecting one of you, and I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, you are not a comedian. What are you doing here? And she was a salesperson, and I'm like, oh, yep, sign me up.
Yeah, the Ring though is in your phone, so you just talk to the phone and talk to them outside. They can hear you.
Hey, and so one person was like, "Well, when would be a better time?" I said the 30-second.
Oh, nice.
He's like, "Oh, you're a comedian."
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. So I need you to laugh your behind off my porch.
Laugh your ass off.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, now we segued into comedy. Yay! After 10 minutes. So, how long you been doing comedy?
I started comedy back in 2019, right before the shutdown. Oh. My first time on stage was February. They shut down in March.
February, was that at Shanty? Wait a second, because somebody else was running Shantytown at that time. Not the current host.
Yeah, no. I think Nick... Was Nick Harvey running Shanty at that point?
No, it was Dean and Zach. But they were running it on Tuesday, not Monday.
Exactly. But no, it wasn't Shanty. I reached out to Shay Clemens because he was here and he was bubbling in the city, and so I was like, "Hey man, I want to do comedy." He's like, "Man, you just missed me. I'm in DC." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So he put me in contact with Nod Ross.
Okay.
And Nod at the time had his room Trippin' Thursdays at XO Lounge, which is now Goodfellas.
Oh, okay. So, they are still doing it because they are on my list. The Goodfellas are on my list. Okay, cool.
Definitely.
Nice. Okay.
That's the poker face. Goodfellas.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have them on I talked to Jessica to put the open mics on my list.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Nice. So you are not the first one who just started before the pandemic.
Yeah.
What kept you going after the pandemic?
What kept me going was the fact that, I wanted to see where this was going to go. I didn't want to say I got on stage one time. And for me, I'm a very competitive person.
Okay.
And so my first time looking back on it was real cringy. And
as it should be. I think
it's your first time. Yeah,
everybody should be cringe.
Right.
So yeah, I got up there with like a full story, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is not working.
Yeah.
And then I jumped in the crowd, and then that's when I brought it back. But I definitely bombed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you did crowd work the first time.
First time. Yeah.
Damn, nice.
Didn't know it. I'm like, this isn't working. So let's talk to some of the people in the crowd, see what's going on.
That is cool.
Good.
Oh my God. I couldn't even look at the crowd the first time. Like you can see me pacing like a wild animal in a cage. It was crazy.
What the difference for me is once I found a friendly face or a friendly looking face, because it can be scary. That's when I locked into that particular person and the people that were sitting at their table, and then that energy just flowed over.
Okay. Do you still have that today?
I do still have that first clip.
Interesting. I'm the opposite. If somebody is sitting arms across, not laughing, I lock into that person in my head, and I'm like, I'm bombing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And even if I get laughs, I'm like, this guy does not like, this person does not like me, and I'm like, and I keep trying to make them laugh. You know what I mean?
Sometimes what you got to do is you just gotta address the elephant in the room.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, I see you here. Like, what's going on?
Not laughing.
Hey, you're not laughing. You got something else planned? Like, we're not trying to have no incidents in the security.
Right.
Yeah, right. So
sort that one out.
Yeah, I know. No, I wish we could do that. Wouldn't that be awesome? Just keep the people who are laughing at your jokes.
You suck. Leave. Are you even here for comedy? I've asked the audience. I'm like, who's here for comedy? Raise your hand. And 3 people one time. I'm like, oh, okay, now it makes sense, because I thought I was bombing.
Right.
But then you had 5 people watching TVs.
Sure, yeah.
You had people on laptops playing games at one of the open mics that has all the variety stuff going on.
Definitely.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, so I'm not gonna take this, that I suck. It's y'all suck. You're not even here for comedy.
See, when I get in rooms like that, I start addressing the people in the room. So it's gonna get tense for a while. Like the people that are watching the TVs and doing work, let's talk about it. Mr. Executive, what you got going on?
Right.
And so once you do that a couple times,
call them out.
Everybody's going to lock in.
Now you got their attention.
So that's what I wanted to say. If you can turn those people around who are not even there for comedy and making them pay you attention and laugh, you did it.
Well, that's really hard, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't even, you just were in the area. I came here to get a drink. I didn't know there was comedy.
But imagine how good that feels when you
it must be amazing, but that's probably so challenging. Like, they didn't even come for that, and they're, like, already, they could be in a bad mood. Yeah. They could be, like,
I've seen it.
Thinking about work.
Not with me, but I've seen it.
I've had people, they're not even listening. They're on their phones, but no, I see what you mean. If you can make that happen, that's probably amazing. Yeah. But that's...
It goes both ways, honestly, because it can be amazing, and then the person looks up from their computer, and it can go completely horrible.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm bombing. That's my time.
That's my time.
And please don't stab my car tires or whatever.
Hey, just security walk me to my car.
So what made you start in comedy?
What made me start in comedy, it's interesting because I went to Nod's Tripping Thursdays for a year straight.
Okay.
So he had a show once a month, and I went for a year straight. Mm-hmm. And so he noticed that I was coming to every show. He's like, "You trying to get on stage?" I'm like, "Nah, not yet. I'm still doing my research." And then it was a comedian that was on stage that tried to like have DJ cues in 5 minutes for his 5-minute set. I was like, yeah, I know for a fact I'm funny than him.
There you go.
And the very next month I was like, okay, let's try this.
That's amazing.
Nice.
So that's how kind of I was. I found the flyer at Rain Dogs and it said, hey, open mic comedy. I didn't know what open mic comedy meant. I was like, what the heck is open mic comedy? I'm like, oh, wow. So I started going there. And I was going for 7 months.
Sheesh.
Just sitting there, taking notes, researching. I'm like, all right, they do this, they do that. And, it took me 7-8 months before I went up the first time.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And are you a writer, or are you more like you write on or try to write on stage?
So I do both. So for example, like I have jokes written out in my phone, like bullet points. But when I first started, I tried to write out word for word what I was going to say on stage. That didn't work for me.
Okay.
So I went with the topic, couple bullet points, and then you're in the moment. You got to be in the moment. You can't be so locked into your bullet points that you miss the crowd.
Right.
So like if I'm on one of like bullet point 2 when a dude is answering his phone during the middle of my set, then I got to address that. Like, okay, who we talking to? Especially, well, more so ladies than dudes, because dudes sometimes
could be some.
I mean, they are more heckling than answering a phone.
Yeah, like
they do have an issue.
Yeah, that's your wife? That's your kids? You mind taking that? No disrespect, but if it's a lady, hey, who we talking to?
Right, then you can dig deeper. And...
That's your homegirl? Why she ain't here? Man, FaceTime her real quick. I know this is cutting into my set. FaceTime her real quick. You need to be here.
There it
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I do a combination of both improv while I'm on stage, but I do prepare for like what I want to say. And then, of course, if I get there late and I miss like the host addressing the room, like one thing that I do religiously is I address the room first.
Okay.
And the reason why I address the room first is because it's like walking into somebody's house and not saying, hey.
Sure. Interesting.
And then like you walk into somebody's house and just start telling them about your day, telling them about you. And like, okay, well, you don't even know me. So who we got in the crowd? Where I know they probably did this already, but where are the couples? Singles? Entanglements? Binary people. Okay, bet. Y'all don't want to be identified just in case something better comes along.
Right.
Stuff like that.
I like that. That's pretty good. Yeah.
And then once you address the room, that should bring their attention to you, in my perspective or in my experience. And then after that, you can go into your jokes. Because if you don't address the room and you just get up there spitballing jokes, like...
Yeah, you see, that's my problem. I'm a writer, and I stick to what I wrote.
Okay.
It's like I do crowd work when I need to, or it leads me into a joke. Specifically after I learned to, like, I wasn't afraid of the crowd anymore. I'm not afraid of the crowd. It's just not what I like to do.
And that's how we actually met. Because you had that one joke where you were like, where's the best place to do something? And I kept saying car.
Yeah. I know. I do remember that your tag.
Yeah. I kept saying car. It was like we went to like 3 stages that night. Shanty, Kava, and Rain Dogs. And every time he did the joke, I said car. But yeah, no.
That was your first time?
No, that was...
I met you.
No,
that was like
that
was like our first introduction.
I feel
formal introduction. We've seen each other before.
Okay. Because I feel like we met at Shanty.
Yeah, definitely.
After the pandemic, when everything started coming back. Did you do any Zoom mics during the pandemic?
I didn't. Because I was just like...
I wasn't feeling it.
Oh, it's not.
I did feeling that at all.
The closest what was to stand-up comedy was VR. Like a virtual reality show. But you have your character, whatever, avatar. So it's kind of funky, but that was the closest one to actual real shows.
Okay.
The Zoom mics were brutal because of the lag.
Exactly.
And especially my deliverance and cadence, and I didn't know if it was a lag or my joke just bombed.
Or if their microphone was on mute.
Or that too, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, how did you
I saw a couple of them, and I was like, that seemed interesting, but I was kind of nervous to do that.
Yeah.
I was afraid that if I stop, I will not do this again.
You want to pick it back up?
Yeah. So I started like a year before you, like 2018.
Okay.
So I was only like 2 years in before the pandemic. And so I witnessed the original grind, open mics, driving, sleeping in your car, stuff like that. And then,
sleeping in your car.
Yeah. I did that.
I did that one night after Voussoir.
A little nap.
Really?
Oh yeah, no, like
I went up to the Carolinas and stuff like that. Like I was really into it.
I was just too inebriated to drive. So
you gotta take a little nap there.
Be careful, because I just recently learned that you can still get the DUI because of that.
Yeah,
if you drink and you just sleep in your car,
you can get it.
Yeah.
If your keys are in your hands or in nearby you can.
They say you cannot have the ability to drive.
Throw your keys
which I don't, because I'm drunk.
Ground.
I don't have the ability to drive.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. So stupid.
So, police officer, that situation, police officer knocked on my window, and he was like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just sleeping off a couple drinks, and then I'll be straight to go home." He's like, "You got your keys?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's push to start. Right now I just had a car on. I don't intend to drive at all. I'm going to sleep for about an hour." Mm-hmm. And so he was like, "Okay." He was pretty cool about it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
it all depends on the officer.
Yeah,
I guess it never happened to me, so I don't know, because I sleep.
My friend got a DUI that way.
Really? I had
sleeping in his car at FAMU, actually.
Yeah, wow.
He was just sleeping in his car, and he said my keys were just in my bag or whatever.
Right.
And yeah.
No,
it's fucked up. He was actually being responsible and taking a nap.
Right.
It's kind of, Florida sucks.
Yeah.
It's a Florida law, right? Not a U.S. law.
I actually don't know, but it is definitely like that in Florida.
I assume it's a Florida law, because Florida sucks.
Shout out to
Oh, maybe that's why it never happened to me, because when I sleep in my car, it's not in Florida, right? Yeah. I'm in another state, like Georgia, but I usually sleep in rest areas and Walmart. Yeah. Well, Walmart used to be 24/7. They don't do that anymore, so I don't feel safe staying there overnight, because there is nobody else.
Right.
You know? Like back in the day, you could just park there and people think you're shopping. Or something like that.
Definitely. And then for me, I'm a people person. I'm a people person, but I'm not really a people person. Mm-hmm. So for situations like that, if I was going to be at a Walmart, I'd go in Walmart, maybe buy something, and then talk to the security, be like, "Hey man, having a rough night. I'm just gonna be in the parking lot for about an hour. This is my car, just so no one gets alarmed. I'm not just because I used to work security too. So
that makes sense, but it would have never occurred to me to talk to anybody that was sleeping in my car.
Shoot, Walmart was the party place in high school. There was nowhere else to go.
Oh yeah,
we would just be in the parking lot
after football games.
Right, just Walmart.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. You had
McDonald's. And then from there, you walk around.
There's nothing else to do. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Now it's Waffle House. You know, all the comics hang out at the Waffle House.
We didn't have one where I was.
Really? I thought Waffle House is like freaking everywhere.
Well, you guys heard of Palm Coast?
Yeah.
There was nothing there when I was in high
nowhere.
School.
Oh, I remember. I remember when they built Palm Coast. That's when 2003. That's when I came to America.
And
they were like, "Hey, they're building this city called Palm Coast," and it just built Palm Coast.
Keeps getting bigger. Yep.
Yep.
That's what's up. So did you start doing comedy in Palm Coast?
Hell no. They just opened recently. Madcaps
is shout out.
They never had comedy. Nothing.
Shout out to them people.
No, Palm Coast. I heard that St. Augustine has a new open mic now Mondays.
Okay.
All right. Just gotta go for the drive.
What was it Jackie White's? That used to be
Jackie Knights.
Jackie Knights.
Yeah, so Jackie Knights used to do competitions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I did all that. Yeah.
Roast sessions too, or?
I don't remember roast. Probably I was not on roast. I did roast in Orlando.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I missed that because I was supposed to do that before the pandemic, and then that next month is when everything shut down.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man. Everybody was telling me about it. So
competitions, you gotta do them. It's an experience, and you will get real audience, even if they are not your friends. You will get real people.
Definitely.
And if you can make them laugh and they want to laugh at their friends, but they're laughing at you instead, that's amazing.
That's when you're winning.
Yeah.
I was going to ask before when you were talking about you're a writer and you do that, but you also do crowd work. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed that it depends on like who your audience is?
In my experience, no. Because I'm gonna find somebody in the crowd and I'm gonna talk my talk.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter who's there.
It really doesn't. It can be as high as George Bush or as low as Benny the Bum off of Main Street. But I'm gonna find somebody. I'm going, hey, what you got going tonight? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Are you like actually a homeless person, or you just look like you don't want to be bothered?
Right.
So yeah, stuff like that.
Okay.
So here is the audience where I see it. So sometimes I love to sit, and I usually sit in the crowd, in the audience where other people are performing, because I try to give them the appearance of more people being in the stage, because I know what it feels like when you're freaking performing for nobody.
Yeah.
So I try to support fellow comics. So many times, or sometimes, I hear people like doing crowd work, right? And I hear audience talk, like they're like, all right, dude, do some jokes. So some people love jokes. They don't like crowd work stuff all the time. So it's a good thing to have both.
And also, it's a newer thing now. I think we talked about this once. How the riffing with the crowd is becoming a more popular thing. Like,
right?
Isn't it Matt Rife?
Matt Rife, the king of that.
Right. Yeah. So it's becoming. And actually, at one of my shows, even some people were like, we liked the part where you actually it made it feel like it was happening right then and there, because you're speaking with us in that moment.
Right.
But I know there's another school of thought where it's not real comedy if you're not writing the setup, the premise, the punchline.
It's not that. So you can still do setup and punches and make the audience feel like they are part of the show.
No, it's supposed to feel like it's happening right
That's
then and
the job, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're hanging out and you're having a good time.
Definitely.
That's the end goal. Like, hey,
no, yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm just, some people, different opinions.
I noticed that last night. I was at a show and one of the comics was doing crowd work and it wasn't sticking. And some of the people was like, all right, I wish you just get back to your material.
Somebody said that?
No, like they weren't saying it loud, but...
okay. I thought somebody said that. Because it happens. They say their opinion.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
So, question for you guys. What do you do if you hear a comedian use somebody else's material or steal somebody's jokes?
Okay, so it's funny that you brought this up, because yesterday we have a very young comic on the scene. A cool dude. He has never seen me perform this joke, I think. And he almost identically did the same setup, and I'm like, that is, and I know he has never seen me do this bit because I don't do it often because it doesn't work. And I'm like, that is crazy how parallel thoughts work. We are not even in the same ballpark. He's super young, I'm super old, right?
Yeah.
But the setup was, and it was not even a short setup, it was like a longer setup. But the end was totally different.
Definitely.
We went different route.
Punchlines were different and everything.
Well, I do everything darker than anybody else, I mean, and he was...
That's your niche.
Right. But what I'm saying is that it was just insanely so close to identically do the same thing.
Yeah, no, like the situation I'm talking about was word for word. The comic's name was completely different than the other comic's name, but he used the big comic's name in the joke.
Okay, I mean, this is a perfect gossip for the podcast, right? Are we gonna talk about, because I think I might know who you are talking about.
I doubt it.
Who stole the joke?
Both of them.
Okay.
Oh.
So, but I don't know, because this came up a couple of months ago, and I was sitting in the audience and looking around to the other comics. I'm like, do you guys hear that? That's the exact same bit this other guy was doing. But I let it go because I'm like, I know both of these guys and love both of these guys.
Yeah, definitely.
And there could be an exchange that we are not aware of.
Exactly.
Like if Flo, I'm like, hey Flo, I have a nasty joke that I'm never gonna perform, but I know you wanna, hey, I give you this joke. And it happens, and I give text to everybody.
If they're friends, okay, but if they're not,
right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's interesting.
The comic who had the original joke is super famous.
Okay, the other comic. All right, it's not what I was saying.
Yeah, no, it's not anything local, but the comic that did it used the famous comic's name in the joke. He didn't even try to change the name.
That's so stupid.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
stupid.
It's crazy.
Wait, did he say this is not my joke?
No.
Because that's different. Like I could
He's
say,
just trying
hey,
to get laughs on stage.
Yeah.
This is a Jess and Nick joke, but listen to this, and I do a Jess and Nick joke. That's like stupid.
This is a Ray Smith joke. No, he didn't set it up that way.
That is crazy.
He just acted like it was his own.
Yeah, like the joke killed, but then when you have a joke like that and you don't follow up with another joke like that,
or you don't have anything close to it, right?
It got tough.
That's one thing. The other thing, comedians we all know. We all know who is using famous people's jokes in the scene. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, we all know that. It's like so dumb to me. Like why would you even?
Dumbest.
It's plagiarism.
So do you address
I'm getting too upset
in the situation, or do you pull the comic to the side, or do you let it slide?
I'm not letting shit slide.
Yeah, but okay,
if I know for a fact, I'm gonna call you out. If I know for a fact.
Okay, but is it our job to police what other comedians
I'm going
are
to
doing.
speak up.
You know what I'm saying?
But not everyone, we're all different.
What I will say is this situation, I took your route.
Because I want to hear how it ended.
So it ended on a good note, but the comic did the famous person's joke, and then he tried to do some crowd work, roasting the crowd.
Right.
That didn't stick.
Oh no.
And then after that, I'm just like, I said out loud, I was like, "Hey man, get back to your material." I said your material.
Whoa.
And so he was like, I'm actively trying to get him to put his attention on me so he can roast me or do something to be funny. Because he's losing the crowd, he's losing the audience. And so I guess he took it as being offensive and me trying to heckle him.
Yeah, of course.
And so...
Well, he deserves it if he's copying people's jokes. So.
Hey, so I did that to try to get him back on track. But then I also pulled him to the side afterward and was like, "Hey man, I understand that you're doing this to get laughs, but did you know that this was such and such a joke?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's similar. It's similar." And I'm like,
"Is it a one-liner or like a longer joke?"
It's a pretty short joke, but it's a comparison joke and like, yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell y'all after.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But he was cool. He was cool about it because he tried. He essentially said it was similar at first, and then I called out the comic's name.
You're like, here it is, YouTube.
I was so close. I was so close to doing it, but I was like, no. I called out the comic's name, and then his eyes got big. He was like, yeah, and so I was like, yeah, man, it's cool. Be great. Comedy is cool, but it's only cool when you're being you.
Right.
Not somebody else.
Totally.
I can't even feel like successful or accomplished if I copied someone's stuff. And that's the same thing with me when I'm playing board games. Like I have cousins and shit that like to cheat, and they like will slide the money under Monopoly and shit, and like they like that and they win. I'm like, same thing. I don't feel like I won if I'm cheating. I don't feel like that. But not most people will fucking cheat and will do what they to feel like an ego boost.
That never occurred to me. Like in school, I tried to cheat. Maybe 1 or 2 tests.
Well, I probably cheated on a test,
but I couldn't do it.
I probably said like, "Hey, what do you have for answer?" Like in middle school,
I actually closed it and I finished the test with the knowledge I already had.
Shit, we're adults
I just
now.
Can't.
Like we're not middle schoolers trying to. What's the math answer?
But what I'm saying is, even as a kid, I couldn't do it. I could not.
Well, good, yeah.
Yeah, and so in that situation, the situation ended off good because I came off as being an asshole in the moment. I went to the host. I apologized to the host and every comedian that was on the show.
Oh, was it that?
You didn't have to do that.
Like the guy was so offended. Like he started almost so close to throwing out slurs and stuff.
Oh, you're kidding.
And so,
you got him. You caught him.
I did.
You called him out
because I called him out.
Well, that's how he's gonna react.
I called him out, and then he tried to roast me, and then it still wasn't sticking. So I gave him like baseball, 3 strikes and you're out. I said two things. I said something about his shirt, something about his pants, and when I said the pants, I guess it hit home. And
got him.
Hey,
damn. Well, he deserves it.
Which show was this?
If you're cheating and stealing, you deserve to be roasted.
But no, he's a pretty cool guy. Yeah.
Well, glad you had the talk after. He probably was like, "Oh, let me sit down and for a second and listen," because
hey, I didn't necessarily say he was stealing the jokes. I just made that slight comment. Get back to your material.
Yeah, right. I mean,
but the talk after, that you had with him.
Yeah, the talk after was cool. We talked it out like men and was like, "Hey, this is what."
Because you called him out and you got him. Yeah.
It's cool.
That's
it's cool to get laughs, but
have
your own material. Be great by being you.
Exactly. Right. That part.
Nobody can be a better you than you.
I would never. I don't. But actually, speaking to other comedians, I won't say names, but they have told me that there's traveling, popular, famous in Florida, the state of Florida, that go all around that have copied stuff from our local comedians and take it to other freaking cities.
Oh, and I heard that too.
I hate that. That's horrible.
And the crazy part about it is that the famous in Florida comedians, they'll get that call. I've been somewhere with someone and they get a call. Hey man, such and such just did your joke.
Oh shit!
Like
that's like a knife to your heart.
Yeah,
like that. You came up with that.
That never happened to me. I want people to steal my jokes.
Hey man,
you're lucky you got your dark style that not many are gonna take.
Try to make people laugh about cancer kids. You know how hard that is. I'm the victim here.
It's extremely hard, but at the same time, you pull it off so effortlessly, man.
Well, it looks effortless. It takes a lot of effort. And I love kids with cancer. It's not like I don't like them.
Yeah, no.
No, but it's a style.
We love everybody. We just try to make it funny.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's, and that's why actually sometimes I'll hesitate to even do an open mic. Like there was an open mic and there was a traveling comic there. Mm-hmm. I did my material and he even said to me, "Oh, I really like that line you said. That was hilarious." No, I don't know. I mean, he's up in Atlanta, Georgia. Could he be using that? And I would never fucking know. Yeah. I mean,
you will know when somebody like that gets special or something, and you're like, "Oh shit, that's my joke." And it happened in this community. It's
because it makes me think I should have just not even done it because I'm worried about that.
But here's the thing: you are the writer. You're gonna write. It is upsetting, yes, mm-hmm. But you are the writer. You're gonna write more jokes like that. She or her or he, whatever, they cannot.
See, the crazy thing about it is, and I was just telling somebody about this last night. When like you come up with a joke, voice record it.
Oh, yeah.
Put it in your phone, video record it. That's the timestamp.
Now that, right. Oh, right. And then you have it there.
You have it for copyright purposes.
That's smart. And actually that brings...
I don't know how copyright works for jokes. But
well, I don't either. But here's actually my thought on what do you guys think about... I'm on the side where I don't want to post any of my material because... Mm-hmm. Or I'll post riffing with the crowd because I just made it up. But I'm nervous about posting where everyone's like, why don't you put, and because some comedians will post all their jokes and all this stuff. And I'm like, that's good where you have it timestamped because, you came up with that. And if someone tries to post it later, you got them. You were first. Yeah. But then at the same time, I'm like, you have a high chance of people stealing stuff, looking, because they look for smaller comedians and smaller towns and then take it bigger. So I'm like, where do you guys stand with that?
So I do the same. And then it's like, I heard Kevin Hart say this. He was like, a joke isn't the same as like music. So once it's out there, it's out there. Now you got to come up with another joke. But I post all of like the crowd interaction, like
because once it's out there, they all heard it. Yeah. Now you can't go to a show because that's another good point. Because then you're at another show and you're like, oh, the audience saw this online.
They'd be like, yeah, heard that one.
We heard that.
Right. Next.
Oh, I know people who do freaking memes. Like literally just go up there and do jokes off of memes.
Memes that they saw.
Yeah.
Like just talking about memes they saw.
And I'm like, you didn't write that.
You didn't even come up with it.
Everybody knows it's a meme. Like why? You are degrading yourself. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, for the longest time, I hesitated from posting any like comedy material online because of the simple fact that I didn't want to be social media funny. Or like one of those people that see a video and then comment on it and then it goes viral. I wanted to be stage funny first, and then once I'm stage funny, then go that route.
But that's the thing, like, because I'm the same way. I'm old school. Hey, I wrote this by myself. I want this to be funny. On stage, and then if that happens, I can do some social stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But now I see these kids coming out of TikTok. They have jillions of followers. They fill up the room. Some of them are funny, some of them are not. And I'm like, maybe that's the way now. Like
that's a tough one.
It's a fine line.
I mean, I know, Flo, you post a lot, not jokes necessarily, but just in social media.
But not my material. Right.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes they record us, but part of me is like, don't tag me and stuff because I don't want all of my... Because I have my audience members that will come, oh, you're doing a show? Yeah, I'm doing a show, but like you said, they saw that joke online and you used your same joke sets for years and years.
Until you get it right.
Oh, for sure.
So you're not trying... And if you travel around, you're using those sets, you don't want it online.
Yeah. So this is an insider, but what I typically do is I test my jokes in word form on certain platforms.
Okay.
Yeah, I think...
I used to
Who was talking about that?
I used to do it on Reddit. There was a group of people helping other comedians, and you could post a joke and they were trying to tag you up or just say, hey, this sucks or doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I did that before, but they canceled the group. So
yeah. So if you follow me, just know everything I post on... Nothing on social media is real. Let's just say that.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, no. It's all for social media.
Yeah.
It's all an act.
It's entertainment purposes only.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. I was just thinking that the other day. someone was like, "Oh, that's kind of a bit much." I'm like, "I'm just being facetious. I'm just talking shit." And I'll post, like, I got a dildo for my birthday.
Oh, I saw that.
You saw? I know,
was
and
hilarious.
I'm like, right? And I'm like, just talking shit. But then I stopped to think. I wonder if, like, you know, people. That's why I don't want people from work.
Oh yeah.
Any of that world, because if they saw that, oh my god, you know. But I'm like, it's all.
Where did you get
media.
that?
Yeah, I mean, they got that gift for me. I'm like, I'm gonna talk shit about it, you know.
Oh, somebody got that for you? That's
one
awesome.
of my friends actually bought me that. I'm like, wow, they're the exotic couple though,
right?
And that now I'm gonna be more comedy material, you know.
Yeah.
Like here's my birthday
great
present.
Friends. Okay, want more friends? I need friends like that. You know, like,
they are an exotic couple.
Good,
They're all about that stuff. Shout out.
Shout out to them people.
Right. Them people.
You guys rock.
The people that had upside down pineapples.
There it
upside down pineapples. That's right. That's so funny.
Definitely. But
social media.
Yeah.
Though.
Like that's all I do on social media. Nothing I do on social media is serious. Like everything I post is for entertainment purposes.
For entertainment.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm writing a joke and you'll never actually hear it because you'll never come to the shows. But
it's just facts. Just spitting facts.
Matter of fact, when y'all see this, one of my followers or whatever, if y'all can come to the show and recite one of my jokes or one of my little posts without pulling it up, I got your drinks.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. That's a challenge.
Nice offer there.
So are you running shows? Or?
Currently I'm not running any shows.
Okay.
I did have a room out at Aromas at one point in time. Me and Tracy Allen.
Oh,
or Alan Tracy?
Yeah,
Alan Tracy.
I always mess up his name. No one ever knows what it's.
T-Rock. That's what he goes by.
No, it's Tracy Allen. Yeah.
It's Tracy Allen?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know Tracy too now. Okay.
Tracy was actually the one the first person to actually allow me to host.
Oh, okay, cool, nice.
Yeah, we had a room out at Aromas and that ran its course and yeah. So
okay. Because he's running which quote?
Goodfellas, that's tonight, Tuesday? He has a karaoke.
No.
Night.
Well, he also has, you're talking about Disco Witch.
Disco Witch. I want to say Witch Tits.
But you're right, he also.
Disco Witch, I was
Witch Tits?
Yes, I don't know, but it's in my head.
Witches have tits too.
But Disco Witch. So he has a, and you performed there a couple of weeks ago. He hasn't invited me yet, but I might hit him up.
Yeah, hit him up. Actually, he just invited some repeats again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, he knows my material, so I trust him as a...
that's where you need to be clean.
Right, but I trust him as a booker. Like, if he knows I'm not a good fit, don't book me.
Definitely.
I was surprised when he booked me. I'm like, know how raunchy, dirty my stuff is, but he's like, keep it clean. So that was like...
Mine is, I don't use curse words or anything. Mine is just dark by nature. You know?
And I think for me, when I first started writing, I thought I needed to use cuss words to make it colorful and the whole nine. But now I'm more so trying to make sure I'm writing clean because writing clean can get you booked in a lot of different places.
Period.
Yep. I'm definitely missing out on that. But here's what was my thought process was because people early on said, hey, you are funny. Maybe you should write something different. And I'm like, I'm already doing a job during the day that I don't like to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Enjoy what you do.
Why don't I just do what I want to do?
Exactly.
And I do myself. And eventually, if something happens and this has to be my day, I might change it up because, I can write.
Yeah, you definitely can.
But I do like dark stuff. So that's what makes me laugh. And that's what I want other people to laugh at.
Yeah, no, you got to enjoy what you're doing.
But because of that, it's a good point. If you can do clean, you can do corporate work and you can make money with it for sure.
Not easy.
You can do public speaking. Like you can be hired as a public speaker and stuff like that.
That's what I'm waiting on to get hired for like an insurance. I work in insurance.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting for an insurance gig. As soon as I get that, I promise you I'm going viral.
Like an advertisement? Or
so,
like, what do you mean an insurance gig?
So like in, home insurance, car insurance, house and...
Like Flow in the Geico? Or
like if I get... the moment I get booked for like any like insurance agencies or insurance companies, I know that's when I'm going to go viral. Okay. Because I've been in insurance for 10 years now.
Wow.
I mean, that's a long time.
Yeah. So I know the ins and outs. And so I've written like maybe not thousands, maybe hundreds of jokes about insurance.
That's interesting.
There it is.
You see, I'm a software guy during the day. Yeah. I have written 0 software jokes.
Hey, man. You got to write about your life.
Yeah. I do a little bit of my day job stuff, but I'm trying to do more. So I'm kind of, I get
it. That's the right way to do it. Get clean.
You must not like your day job. You don't even want to think about it, so you're not even write about it.
It's not that. I've been coding since I was a kid.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just
you
like
need a different hobby.
Right. That's why I'm doing something completely different.
Right?
Okay.
Like coding is creative to a certain degree, but I do like creative stuff. I do
Definitely.
like to do creative. Look at my cool table. You know?
Definitely.
I like to do creative stuff.
Shellacked.
Shellacked. Hashtag.
You guys need to tell me how to spell that word because that's gonna be the title. Shellacked or something.
We'll pull it up right after this. But yeah, definitely shirts. Hashtag shellacked.
There you go.
Shirts. We have shirt ideas too.
Sure. It's This is recorded. It's copyrighted.
Right.
There it is.
Stay woke.
It. So anyway, but that's why I don't. And it's like it's not relatable. There are so few people that actually know software. Like in real world, it's like less than 5%.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So if I joke about something, it might be funny for even less people than my dark humor is.
Okay.
So might as well do dark humor. You know,
I can understand that.
Because I can get, like I'm a coder, I can get into code jokes probably and stuff. But it's not gonna be funny because you don't understand what I'm talking about.
It's crazy because my brother, he's a electrical engineer.
Okay, that's how I started.
And so he's, I don't want to say his company name, but he's coded for some people. So coding is like amazing.
It just sounds boring to me.
You're right.
I cannot be on a computer all day.
It's not that. It's problem solving. Right?
I could not.
So people are like, hey, here's a problem. Solve it.
Oh, no.
Like when you write a certain code and it's supposed to operate a certain way and then it doesn't. So now you got to go back down and break down the code and find out where the mess up is.
No thanks.
Well, that's one thing when you do your own stuff, but when I have to fix somebody else's code who wrote it 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, my eyes are bleeding. I want to jump out my first floor window.
No, I couldn't.
Even though the only thing might happen, I might sprain my wrist.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Which then I can't work.
Exactly. So let me just step away for a minute.
There you go. No, don't they say men are more problem solvers too?
Yeah.
And opinionated.
It's more for y'all.
Mansplaining or whatever.
I'm not trying to be problem solving all day.
See, the crazy thing about it is that when somebody brings me a problem, I'm already looking for the solution.
Right.
And then they'll be like,
but really,
I just really want you to hear what I'm saying.
Yes.
They just want to vent.
It took me years
That's
to
a
learn
girl
that.
thing.
Are you serious?
That's
and it
us.
took me years to learn that. Just
we
to
don't
shut up.
We don't want our problem solved.
Right.
We just want to vent.
Well, sometimes you want to, but then you ask for it.
Yeah.
And then I let you know.
Then sometimes we'll ask for solutions.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
or advice.
Since then, I just don't solve anything. I'm like, tell me your problem. That sucks. All right.
Yeah.
You want to do something else instead?
Like, if y'all are ever hearing me in a conversation, that's wild.
Your problem
crazy.
That's another one of my key ones. Yeah, that's crazy.
Me too. Yep. That's all I say.
That's when I'm listening and not trying to problem solve, but in the back of my head, I already got the answer.
What you think is right. But no, it took me years to learn that for sure. And now I just don't solve problems unless
Men and women.
Yeah, they say men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Yep. Then that's a good book too.
But I have never read it.
You've never read that book? Well, if you're trying to get some girlfriends, you better read it.
I'm seeing somebody now.
I'm gonna look up the TikTok version. They probably got it breaking it down somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just type it into ChatGPT. Give me a 5-sentence summary.
Yeah.
And
long story short, guys are stupid. Women are more complicated.
What?
There's your summary.
Yeah. Right.
Definitely.
Oh, what else do you do other than comedy? Other creative stuff?
So other creative stuff.
Not what you do for work.
But that's also kind of creative, because I try to find the loopholes in why I can write something or why I shouldn't be able to write something, as far as insurance is concerned. But I'm a musician by trade. I've been singing since I was 6.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you do sing.
Are you a SoundCloud rapper?
No, I'm an R&B guy.
Oh, okay.
R&B.
Like
I can pretty much.
Is that R&B is like soul kind of music?
R&B, soul,
Okay.
something that has a melody that's going.
Okay.
that's gonna make ladies want to take their drawers off.
Right. So not trap kind of.
Yeah.
Trap. Music.
I can do that too, but I can pretty much do it all.
He said he wants them to take the drawers off.
Yeah, something
Did
that's
you get that part?
I did. You know what I usually do? I put in Cowboy Bebop.
No, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Usually the look I get.
Hey.
It's apparently not romantic to some people. Like,
but if you're in the anime, you already know what it is.
Yeah, right.
But so musician, singer, I act. I've been in a couple movies. I'm actually in one. I'm actually two now.
Okay, cool.
So one's filming this Friday.
Nice.
Rights of the Father. That should be out 2024 sometime.
Nice.
And then I don't know if I can talk about the other one.
Right.
So, but
that's
it's
fine.
2. Both of them should be out in 2024.
So you can definitely plug your movies, man. I just started acting like 6 months ago.
Oh, congrats!
No, not like acting at, Scott Ways.
Hey.
So he's a fellow comedian, and he was like, "Hey, I wrote this script. Do you want to try acting?" I'm like, "Sure, let me try it." And I did enjoy it. It was so much fun. Flo was there too. It was so much fun.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Gen X. The first movie I was in ever, which was happened the same weekend I got on stage for the first time.
Oh.
Baker's Union.
Nice.
It's me, Nod Ross, Fat and Funny. Benji's in it.
I haven't seen Benji forever.
He's amazing. Jen Thomas is in it. A couple other people, but yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was the first. So my first time on stage, she was at the show.
Okay.
And so they had the casting call that following Saturday. And so I showed up and she was like, "Oh man, I hope that you would have came back."
That's awesome.
Nice.
So how do you find acting? Acting was very bizarre for me the very first time I tried it about 15 years ago. It was, I used to work for a company in Tampa and they were doing commercials.
Okay.
So sometimes hey, we need some extras. You don't have to do anything. Just stand in the background. And I could not stand like a normal person. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that was. I didn't have a speaking role. Yeah. I was just like, the camera is on.
It's just nerves.
And then now it was completely different. I don't know if it was because of comedy. I've been doing comedy for years.
Probably.
But I was super loose. The shoot was amazing. It was a funny skit in the first place. Mm-hmm. So I felt pretty good. Acting itself sucked, but it's just something you have to keep doing.
Yeah, so with acting, social media for the most part, like I'm in a couple different acting groups on Facebook.
Okay, cool.
Directors I know of. But yeah, most of the time it's people posting about casting calls.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. I know that we have, like in Jacksonville, we have movie Mondays or something like that.
Film bar Mondays.
Film bar Mondays. So it's like a bunch of people, movie people. They get together.
Every Monday.
I know, but
the changes around the city each Monday.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes at a restaurant. Sometimes it was at like Wild Wings, I think, in town center.
Okay.
Yeah, but they change different locations every time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Y'all have to put me on that group.
Yeah. It's a Facebook group.
It's a Facebook group.
To you.
Okay, definitely.
But it's always on Monday, and that's when we have the most mics per day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Monday, we used to have 3 mics on a Monday. Now we only have 2.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to hit them up, the 3 mics. I try to hit them up.
So we lost a mic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
We lost several mics. But we have new mics now. So, they are coming and going.
Yeah.
And the reason we started this was we were talking about why we think one of them just stopped.
It could be a couple things. And I've seen a couple things. It could be the host. It could be the restaurant losing out on, or the venue losing out on customers because the comedians are not necessarily funny. Mm-hmm. But that falls back on the host because you need to know when to light people. Mm-hmm. So to encompass it, I think it's the host for the most part.
That's a good interpretation, I think, of it. Because I would agree.
Because essentially, with being a host, you get to know people, you get to know the material, and so if you know it's somewhere that needs to be a little bit more cleaner, then I appreciate you for coming out, but this is not necessarily the situation.
For this place.
Yeah.
Yep. It's funny you say that because I know of some that it's because of the host. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But then you start to think, why can't the owner get a different host and try a different host out and a different set of people?
Because typically what happens is these owners are taking a long shot with these comedians or the host. And so what happens is if one situation goes bad, it kind of leaves a bad taste in their mouth.
True.
For years.
Especially if they have a liquor license.
Right.
Because a liquor license is like $50,000.
Damn.
And it's hard to get.
I didn't realize it was that expensive.
I heard, especially in Jacksonville, it's super hard to get a liquor license.
You ever notice how you'll have a club here for like 4 months and then next thing you know, it's gone?
They couldn't get the license.
No liquor license. Or one of the cooks or one of the bartenders has the liquor license. Y'all are getting Jacksonville inside information right now, so take notes.
It is Jacksonville specific.
Yeah. So they'll have like one of the bartenders or one of the cooks will have the liquor license. And they can only serve liquor while that person's on property.
Damn.
Wow.
And then once they leave the property, they can't serve any more liquor.
So you're going to get in trouble if you...
They will. And like fire marshals and stuff like that will come in just to check. Wow. And they'll shut them down.
That's crazy.
If you ever see like a restaurant with a trailer outside of it,
that's why
they have the liquor inside the trailer.
That makes sense.
Okay, so I definitely heard these rumors, but it's just something it never comes up.
Oh yeah, no, I know. This is me speaking firsthand.
Right. So I definitely heard this years before even I started comedy that the liquor license to get a liquor license here is just insanely hard.
Yeah,
that's
it is
crazy.
And then it's like from what I hear, it's a pay-to-play type game. So, like, you got to have your license, but then also you got to make sure your stuff is up to code.
Wow.
So,
but it's not true. I'm sorry. It's not true for wine and beer.
Oh, yeah. Wine and beers.
That's a different.
That's why the Justice Pub doesn't have alcohol.
Oh, okay. I see.
They only
Shout
have
out
wine
to Justice
and
Pub.
Yeah, just put them on the map. The fire marshal is like, what?
Yeah.
We just send them next door. Just go next door really quick. Come back.
Shout out to Justice Pub, the other Ian in Jacksonville.
Oh, that's right. Oh, man. It's so funny. In my head, it didn't even connect. Right? Yeah,
he was like, because the first time I met him, he's like, I'm Ian. And I'm like, no, I'm Ian. I was like, no, I'm Ian. Okay, so I'm Ian too. All right, good.
That is too funny. Man, he's such a good dude.
Yeah.
He's really cool.
He has comedy in all of his venues, I think.
He loves comedy.
He loves comedy,
really
music.
Music.
Everything.
Ians are awesome.
Ians are awesome.
Ians are awesome. Nice.
But I was, I'm thinking though, like, if it's so expensive, how does that one person who has to be on staff, like, did they personally go get their license? Or, I wonder how that works.
I'm not sure.
Passed down by the family, maybe.
Huh?
Passed down by the family.
They may have it under, like, a LLC or a corporation name, and they're the owner of the corporation. I don't know.
Like, I don't know how... Like, for example, I own an LLC. If something happens to me...
A C?
LLC.
Oh, yeah, LLC, yes, so do
Limited liable...
Limited liable corporation or limited liability corporation.
So if I die or something happens, I assume the kid's gonna inherit it.
Yeah,
right?
But you got to leave it in writing.
Oh, okay.
Because if you don't leave it in writing, then it would just kind of go
just
up
evaporates.
You can have a living will.
I do have a will, but
living will. But yeah, no, I have one too. But
I don't.
Just living in the wild.
When I die, it's whatever.
It's not my problem anymore.
Y'all have the insurance policies. Y'all figure it out. I'm asleep.
There it is.
Well, I have to because of divorce, the final judgment. I have to have everything set up,
Final judgment.
Which is good. Like, I want my kids to be well off.
I want my kids to struggle like I did.
You need a little struggle in life.
I'm the opposite. You see, I'm the opposite. I'm like, hey, don't just do music. Be a musician.
Yeah. And I want them to follow their passion, but at the same time, in my experience, I'm a new parent. I got a 4-year-old going on 44, but I've been around a couple people that have raised kids. Yeah. And when you don't have the struggle, like, it's kind of hard to kind of make them realize that this is reality, and it doesn't start over.
Yes, but as a parent, it's your responsibility to teach.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That, hey, you don't have to struggle, but hey, some people do.
Mm-hmm.
So, a little bit of struggle is good, I think, for everybody.
I think.
But go ahead.
No, you're fine. You were going. My bad.
No, I just
said I think.
Yeah, no, I agree with both. I think you need to struggle a little bit, because otherwise, if everything's handed to you, you're just gonna expect that the rest of life.
Crazy story.
Yeah, sure.
Crazy story, and I just found this out the other day. So my daughter was with her godmother. They were at our house, and the godmother was like, "Hey, you need to clean up." And she was like, no, I don't. My daddy will just do it when he gets home. Oh. So, whoa. I didn't know this until the other day. So
watch
the
out.
godmother said it happened almost like clockwork. I came in, I spoke to everybody, and I saw the house was a mess. Her area was a mess. So I started cleaning up. And the godmother looked at my daughter and was like, I want to smack you. But she just told me, I just found that story out Friday or Saturday. I'm like, okay.
She's young too. It's just smart to
40
think,
years
to
old,
think
that's
that way.
Crazy.
Yeah. She's 4 going on 44.
So you,
like,
you better start, hey,
you're
cleaning this up with me.
It's not with me anymore.
You're doing it now.
It's your job.
Wow.
These are your toys.
Well, when I taught at Montessori school, we would not allow any of the kids to play or do anything until they clean up their one item first.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's like it's an alternative type of.
My daughter's in the Montessori school right now.
So then they should be teaching her to, okay, you're playing with the puzzle. I want to go play it. Nope, you're not allowed to play with that until you put the puzzle back.
Maybe she's like, you know what, Dad? I'm doing this 4. At work every day, all day. You clean up my stuff.
Hey, man.
She is 4 years old, though. That's young.
Like, she's been here before. Mm-hmm. Like, we're leaving the house. We're cutting it close on time to get her to school on time. And then we do a seatbelt check, and she's like, hey, Daddy, you're forgetting something. I'm like, no, I'm not. She's like, think about it real hard.
She said that.
She's
4
like
years old.
Smart. She's 4.
She's smart.
Like, she's like, think about it real hard. I'm like, just tell me what it is. She's like, you're forgetting my tunes, bruh.
My tunes.
I'm like, your tunes? Let me get the directions in first so I can know where we're going. Yeah, we can't go anywhere for like 5. We can't leave the house like for 2 minutes without her music on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's aggravating.
No, but I mean, it's like I like music also, so there is always music going on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
When I work, whatever, all the time. And my parents were like that. Like I remember there was some kind of music playing most of the time.
Yeah,
right.
I just like that. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a white thing or it's just a me thing, but I never had music on as a kid ever.
Well, my parents are white.
You're European,
but
though.
yeah.
I'm talking about U.S.
So,
probably weird.
Come to find, growing up, I thought both of my parents were really religious because all we would play is gospel music.
Okay.
But as I got older, I heard my parents start to play this other stuff like R&B and jazz and neo soul. I'm like, where was all this when I was younger?
They were trying to raise you right with just the gospel.
I would have been a greater musician or comic if y'all. You ruined my life, Mom.
That part.
No.
No. Did Kanye West right now? No,
I could have. Yeah, exactly. I could have been. Yeah, no. I don't want.
Seriously though.
That's why I said it.
I'm one step closer to getting canceled. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna say that on stage tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but yeah, kids are amazing. But I want her to learn some type of struggle. I can't let her struggle too much, but she's
but a little bit. Yeah, but no. I mean, you want your kids to do better than you did,
right?
No, I don't.
No? Okay.
No, I'm kidding. She's already like years ahead of me talking about tunes, bro.
Tunes, right. Bro. Yeah, that's nice. But it's one thing I always appreciated from my parents where they let me listen to whatever I wanted. Mm-hmm. And even my dad in the car, he let me listen to crazy techno music. You know? Right.
Yeah,
because that's what was going on in the 90s when he grew up in 60s, 70s or whatever. And he always let us play whatever. Or my
mom would
just
turn it off. Turn it off. Silence or talking. She just wants to overtalk, but my dad, no one listened to music.
That is so weird.
Now I need to go and ask. I need to go do a survey and ask a bunch of white people. Did you listen to music?
That's interesting. Do you think that's a white thing? Because I'm listening to music all the time.
I'm going to tell you from the black experience. Saturday mornings music, at 7:00 in the morning.
It's all music.
It's going until 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Sure. Yeah. No, music is always on.
All my friends, music. If I'm in the car, they're not driving without music.
No, I'll drive without music because sometimes I just be in my own head.
Okay, so everybody's different.
So before I started comedy, I always listened to music or podcast on. Mm-hmm. Since I started comedy, sometimes I don't listen to anything for like 45, 50 minutes in the car because I'm thinking about jokes.
Right. Yeah. I'll say my stuff out loud sometimes. Yeah. I mean, we're comedians though, so we're more like working on that kind of stuff in the car.
Yeah, exactly. But I just got to be in the mood for it.
It's a mood thing.
Pause.
Yeah. I switch music from I go from industrial rock. It really depends on my mood to whatever lo-fi hip hop.
It's a mood. Yeah, I mean, if I find like a good song, that'll be my song for like a month or two, and I'm like, that's it. I want to put it on every time, but then I'm like, all right, I'm sick of it now. Next. So it is totally a mood thing.
So, question: why do you think the comedy scene in Jacksonville is so disconnected?
That silence. Here is the thing, but because I came in 2018, 17, the scene has changed since then, and I don't know what caused this. I feel like back in the day, and I'm addressing everybody, not one person. I feel like the scene was together back then. We had weird people sticking out, but the scene as a whole was together. And what changed now, we have these groups of cliques of comics, and they don't go do other mics, they don't do shit. And I don't know if the city grew up that big that we need this, because if you go up to Atlanta comics, what's up?
Hey,
they have the same stuff. The cliques, the groups. Some people don't perform here, some people don't perform there.
And I don't like that. Maybe.
I don't like it either, because when I first started, it seemed like the mics were kind of set to where like one mic starts at 7, another mic starts at 9, another mic starts at 10.
The other mics.
To respect to where you promote the one at 7 will promote the other 2,
right,
and vice versa. But I just don't know where the disconnect was. I don't know if it was COVID or what.
That is my guess. But but it's funny you brought this up, because I'm in multiple. Like I can go into
you're a chameleon
groups, because I'm usually friendly with everybody. Like nobody has kicked me out of their mic yet.
You're a chameleon.
I'm trying to be.
You fit in everywhere,
but it is hard.
Pause.
Because, what I'm saying. Like, you don't want to offend somebody or anybody, but I don't know what happened. But you are absolutely right. The scene is completely disconnected right now.
Yeah, because like I was planning it out in 2019. I know, well, I can go here, I can go here, then I can go to Jackie Nights,
right?
And then I can go here, and then I can go there. But for some reason or another, when everything opened back up, it was like, nope, you're not a cool kid, so you can't.
Yeah.
Or I don't get it. Stage time is stage time. The crowd is a crowd.
Yeah.
If you're a comedian, you can't make somebody laugh. You're not a comedian. You're just a situational funny person.
Right. And the thing is, we are in this stupid boat all together.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody is gonna be either famous or unfamous because of me, most likely. You know what I mean? Like, we are in this together. We are writing jokes, and they're all funny.
And here's the crazy thing about it. I could understand if it was a disconnect if one or more people had HBO specials.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't understand necessarily the show keeping or gatekeeping for shows and stuff like that. But if somebody's funny and you think they're funny, give them opportunity. Like, you don't have a HBO or Netflix to kind of gatekeep. You're here with us.
Right.
Yeah.
So
and I've seen this not just here, Jacksonville, but the whole Florida. They are constantly booking the same people all the time.
Exactly.
And I'm like, really?
That's not cool. Yeah.
For years.
It's not supportive. It's more of an individualistic thing, and
but
not
it's also
collective.
People gonna stop going to your shows because you're bringing the same comedians
and they're doing the same jokes.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna do that. Never mind. I'm one step closer to getting canceled. Don't worry about it.
But no, but that's the thing. Like, if I'm a booker, obviously I want a show to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, hey, I have my friends. I'm gonna give them somewhat of a privilege, right? Because they are my friends.
No, yeah, you look out for your friends first.
But I'm like, if somebody is not funny, or I book them and they are not funny, I'm gonna think about it twice if I want them on my second show.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, help people, because you never know when you need help one day.
Right.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the crazy part about it is that like, you can book your friend, and then, like, for me, what I typically tend to do is I'll buy a ticket to a show, and I'll know who the host is. Hey, you think I can get 5 minutes, or can I get 3? And for some reason or another, it's like, we got a full cast tonight. All right,
get you on the next one, or
no? It's just we got a full cast tonight. Appreciate you for coming out. And so I'm like, well, that's cool, but I can pretty much guarantee that I'm funnier than one of these guys on this.
Here is what, and I brought this up at the other episode. Doesn't matter. Atlanta has a really cool thing that we don't have yet. They have a show. They put on a show with like 5-6 comics, and they said I have 2 bucket spots. So if you show up, we will pull 2 spots. It's a 5-7 minute set. Anybody could that be, right? You put your name in a bucket, they pull it out, and you get a guest spot.
Okay.
And I think that's pretty good. So there is a set show and 2 random comedians.
Yeah.
And I really like that.
That's amazing.
And I'm producing a show right now, but it's pretty sad. Right?
So that's Atlanta.
I saw it in Atlanta.
You told me about that.
Maybe some other scenes are doing it too, but I really like that we do not have.
Because you're thinking about other people. Yeah, you're looking out for everybody, not just your best friend.
That means you're going to bring out more people because the comics want to be on your show, right?
Definitely.
You're putting on a good show. Like, let's say you are booking your show and you say, hey, we have these 4 comics, but other than these 4 comics, I have 2 5-minute bucket spots for the show. So comics will come out, support your show.
You get more people there. Yeah.
And hopefully, they're going to do well because they're there.
Do you think it's a situation of them booking the same comics because they actually get people out? Maybe?
I don't know.
In big cities, that's what it was like in New York.
Like if my best friend is Jess Olnick, right? Who can bring in 1,000 people, I'm going to book him on all of my shows.
No, there's some shows where it's mandatory. In New York City, it's like if you can't bring 5 people, we don't want you.
Sorry, yeah.
But that's a whole nother different type of show as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in Jacksonville. We have more opportunities, I think, and not having to bring. You have to bring 7 people on this night if you want to be on it. But then it ends up being like a show of just your family. Which, I mean, you're going to get support, but like, is it a real show?
No, my family's harsh.
Oh, mine is too.
They'll tell you.
Mine is too.
They'll sit there and be like...
They won't even laugh. They won't even smile at you for trying.
There is no way my parents would love any of the stuff I do.
Right.
They said, my mom is like, because they don't speak English, right? Yeah. So my mom is like, just please tell me you don't curse. I'm like, well, I don't.
You don't want to know what I'm
they
saying.
have no idea.
My family, you get an A for effort.
You tried.
You tried. Keep it moving.
Nice.
Get somebody else on stage. He's not funny.
Oh yeah.
Like.
Oh my god, I would hate that.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Even if it's true.
Oh no, I appreciate it because that makes me know that you're not just going to tell me anything. Oh, we love you. You're funny.
It's real feedback.
Yeah.
Right.
It's legit, honest feedback.
I mean, I guess, my family's like
but
that.
No, I have some family members that they won't even like, because you know how like if it's not funny and it's your friend, at least they'll smile or be like.
Right. Good try.
Yeah, you try. But like, they will just look dead at your face like. And you're like, damn. Like.
Deadpan.
Deadpan,
and it's tense.
Yeah. Do you think comics in Jacksonville from these open mics give real feedback?
Good question. Depends on the person, maybe.
Some. Like for example, Woosvar is a really good room.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Sometimes
everybody wants it.
Good.
Right.
I've bombed in Woosvar.
I have
once.
bombed. I have bombed
twice.
I have bombed there
plenty of times.
But
actually.
For the most part, they are very forgiving and positive.
Mm-hmm. They are.
Which you know that not every audience is like that.
No, definitely.
So to me, it's a false positive, right?
False positive.
Especially depending on when you go up and stuff like that and who is in the audience.
What time of the night.
So I bombed 1.5 times. The second time I was about to bomb, I was able to save it. So
I was about to bomb.
You know, like
it's coming.
If I would have said one more thing or if I would have continued with that joke a little bit further, it was definitely going to be a bomb.
It's like, stop it right there.
Yeah.
You're not feeling it.
Let's keep it moving.
Wow. So what was your biggest bomb?
My biggest bomb.
Not at Woosvar, just in general.
In general, my biggest bomb, I don't think I've had it yet.
Oh, really?
I don't think I've had it.
Oh, man, the feeling.
It's a horrible feeling.
I miss that feeling because I already had my biggest bomb so far. And
so what was yours?
15-minute no laugh.
15 minutes?
At a show, not even a mic, at a show.
That's
wow.
It was
people who paid tickets.
It humbled me so much. it humbled me so much.
Yeah, I think for me the reason why I haven't had it is because I think my saving grace is the crowd, like my crowd work.
Okay,
but I'm just waiting.
I tried crowd work, man. Nothing. Like
wow.
Stone face, nothing. It was brutal.
Okay.
It was brutal. I was 4 years in. Dear Booker asked me, hey, how much time do you want to do? 10 minutes. I'm like, dude, I have 15 minutes of material. It was so bad. My girlfriend at the time broke up with me a year later, and I think she did it because of that.
Of that show.
It was so dark, Imre.
It was so bad.
That's crazy.
It was so bad.
Because I'm on year 4 now.
And it's still not the worst. If you listen to interviews, that's why I appreciate listening to podcasts and interviews. Steve Martin Bomb for like freaking 30
all
minutes.
The best of the best have
30 minutes, no laughs. Can you imagine going 30 minutes, no laughs? It's crazy.
That's rough.
And that's why you have rough audiences, because they in their head, they're thinking, oh man, this guy sucks. But they don't know, like, all the best comedians have bombed. Right, and it's like, you got to remember, they started somewhere.
Yeah.
So, Flo, what was your biggest bomb?
Biggest bomb? I've had several bombs, but there was the
one that sticks out the most.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned once about how I had material that I did a show that was set for older people. And I was like, oh, I got another show coming up. I'm just going to do my same exact set again.
Oh, wow.
Because it was a mixed crowd. It was young and old, but it was college students. And I totally have material for drugs and sex and parties. But no, I went with my boomer old crowd. And it was just, it's like where you get big laughs with the old people. I was like, dang, they didn't get it here or here. And it feels like shit, but it's like, now I learned my lesson. I got material for old people and material for young people, and it's all about reading the crowd, where I guess I didn't read it good enough, because I did say, okay, there's a couple of old people, but really the crowd was young college students. So why didn't I, think, okay, I shouldn't be doing that joke and that joke. It's probably just going to be okay. And it was just okay. It wasn't an A laugh. It was a C laugh or didn't hit. Okay. So, lesson learned. But bombing's a part of the whole thing. Like, when I write shit, I have no idea when I get up there if it's gonna get, for me, it's just like I'm writing it. When I get up there, sometimes I'll get a laugh here. I'm like, oh my God, you guys laughed at that? Okay, cool, using that again. Here I thought for sure, no laugh. Bombing's a part of the whole thing. So
I usually can tell with my opening joke, because I open dark too, if it's gonna go not like super dark, but something soft. And if that doesn't go well, I'm like, yeah, this show is gonna suck.
Then don't keep going darker.
So that's what I need to work on that, because I do keep going darker and darker and darker, because I feel threatened, like, a rat in a corner or whatever. I'm like,
Imre's like, it's not dark enough, let's go darker.
And I'm like, I'm burning this shit, which is not good. Like,
since I'm bombing, we're just gonna bomb the whole show tonight.
You shouldn't do that. And I know I should know better by now. And I do, I can do a raunchy set or I can do a dark set. I have enough material to do like anything at this point. No, maybe not like a squeaky clean set, but I could do relatively clean for like 10 minutes.
That's what I mean.
But it's either my ego. I don't think it's my ego really. It's more like a panic reaction. Like, well, I'm gonna murder you guys in a very different way.
You're not gonna like it. It's
and I've been working on that, so hopefully it's gonna get better.
I'm trying to do cleaner stuff too, but everything just goes back to dirty in my mind. The way my mind is set up is, this is dirty. It just keeps coming out that way.
No, I'm the same way with the darkness. It's just pouring out of me.
It's just pouring out, right? Yeah. What's your style, would you say, overall?
So
your mix of stuff.
Got dad material. I got dating material. I got some raunchy stuff, but it's not necessarily raunchy. It's just sex stuff.
That's a good thing, that you don't go too, because you're gonna turn off some. You're just naturally gonna turn some people off, just because they're the way they were raised. It's just not gonna match with your comedy. Right.
That's it. You cannot make an entire audience happy and laughing. They say you need
never.
about at least 20-25% people laughing because that triggers the other
to laugh.
rest of them. But you need at least that much. And sometimes I don't have that because my material is just dark. If I get like 10-15%, I'm happy with that because then other people hopefully will loosen up.
See, and that's why I like rooms with just like comics. Because my goal is to make not that partial laugh or that, oh, he's on stage, so I'm gonna laugh. I want to make a comic laugh,
right?
Like really,
because it's hard.
That's the hardest.
I have the joke that it's hard to make a comedian laugh almost as much as making a porn star come.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's true because it's really hard for me to come. You know.
Yep.
Yeah. See.
Nice one, Imre. Yeah. There's your raunchy coming out.
This joke never works. It's like I tried it so many times. I don't know why.
But that's the reason why I like a room full of comics. Because if I can make a comic laugh or a room full of comics laugh, then I know it's funny.
It's legit because it's hard to make. Yeah.
My thing is just getting, because I work in corporate America, is getting out of my corporate head and just being me.
Yeah.
Right. Opening up to. Yeah. I don't know. For me, I mean, you're so right, but like I will leave, and you've probably seen me leave open mics that are just comedians because I'm like, I don't think that. I'm like, fuck this. I want a real crowd, but then also sometimes they're paying attention so hard to what they're about to say and what they're doing, and I'm like, why am I gonna y'all? And you know what? Y'all have heard my shit, and I mean, I don't know, but you're right. If you can do that, you're good. You're a good comedian. So
here is what I did. For example, yesterday, Rain Dogs. It was me and 2 other comedians in the room when I went up there. So I just started. I was like, you know what? You guys heard all my stuff. I'm just going to start
But there was
talking.
a crowd too? Or
No. Just us. 3 of us in the room.
Oh, my God. No.
And so I was up there for a good 5 minutes. And then 4 people came in. I'm like, hey, we have audience. Finally. So I switched into material. Okay. And it went really good. And more people came in. And so I was pretty much the first comic up.
What time did they end up coming out?
Actually, Rain Dogs was really good last night.
Really?
It was
because it's I've never been because it's such a late
yeah.
mic.
No, I get it.
I gotta be up at 6.
But that's my home room. You know, that's where I started, Rain Dogs.
That's what's up.
So. What time does it get good with crowd?
That's the thing. It's hit and miss. It's after 11, usually 10:30.
Oh man, 10:30. No, I'm in bed sleeping already.
No, I know.
Usually.
Yeah.
But I mean But
comedy's a night thing, which is tough with my day job, but it is a night thing.
I'm gonna tell you the first and only time I went to Rain Dogs, Imre was on stage, and you know how it's like you gotta look at the list and see who you're gonna call up.
Yeah.
And thankfully he noticed me. Because I was like, I am really tired. I think I'm going to go home.
And you called him.
Oh, it's brutal.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Because you think of other people. Right. We're not just trying to get our best friend up next. Yeah, I would do the same. I
mean, most of I have a lot of good friends in the comedy scene. So it's like hard to pick who am I going to call up.
So, then you won't make them mad. Get this guy that is,
Nobody knows.
Hey.
But here's the thing.
I'll be that
guy. I just really wish that you guys have seen Rain Dogs. Before the pandemic. It was the mic. It was so good.
It was a lot
of wow.
It was so good. It was like 40, 50 people in that tiny room. It felt like a comedy club. You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
So every time I go up on stage, that's what's in my head. It doesn't matter how many people are in the audience.
I'm going for the 40, 50 people.
Because I remember how it was. It's like, it's so good. It was so good.
Man.
Maybe we'll get there again.
When I first walked into Rain Dogs, I was like, I am in the wrong place.
I took my younger brother from Hungary, and he was like, we're going to get murdered here. I'm like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because, I could go there every week.
Definitely.
I need to try it out one of these days. Maybe when I have a vacation.
You can maybe do it in the summer when
I have off.
More free or something.
Or December. Maybe in December.
Or something.
At least try it out. But it's so late. It's just so late for me.
Yeah, y'all are coming up on vacation. Like, y'all are off Friday. Oh, yeah, so that's still Monday. Never mind.
I have some. I need to put in my vacations too.
My birthday's Thursday.
Okay.
It's coming Thursday?
Yep.
Happy
birthday. Officially, yeah.
Happy birthday.
So, random note. I don't know.
All right. But so is it,
anyway, it's about that time.
Oh my God. All right, we went long.
Did we?
We had like an hour and a half.
It's good conversation.
We were flowing, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We were going.
Awesome.
That's, yeah.
All right. Well, Ian, plug your social media.
Okay.
What you have or where people can follow you.
Okay. So I'm on Facebook. It's Ian C. McClinton. TikTok is iMac88. IG is iMac88. My OnlyFans page is FluffyBoy88. It's not real.
Is that you?
No.
Oh, I knew it. It's the feet stuff.
Hey.
Right.
No face, no case. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the three. I just got on Fanbase the other day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
What the heck is Fanbase?
Fanbase is like another social media platform.
Damn it.
I need to be better about trying to get on. I made one months ago and never got on. Can't you make money on there like OnlyFans?
Yeah, but it's not OnlyFans material. It's like you can talk just like we're talking here, and for people listening, they'll pay you for it.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't really gotten any traction on that yet. Mm-hmm. But TikTok, IG, iMac88, Facebook, Ian C. McClinton. If you see me in the street, talk to me.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. Not coming out. Thanks for coming to the mic.
Hey, man.
The podcast. Whatever we are doing. I'm doing too many stuff.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. When you get a chance, definitely stop by the Comedy Zone on Wednesdays. That's an awesome mic. The crazy part about it is it's like you're an exhibitionist at the same time because they have the like glass wall behind you, but sometimes they have curtains up, so it's like mysterious.
You obviously haven't been there in a while because we have a curtain, we have a what is it called? A banner. It says rock bottom. It's freaking awesome. Now.
Yeah.
He puts it up now.
No, yeah. I put it up now.
That's why I said it was awesome because I be working this stuff and I be like, I know Imre's gonna like make this into something really big.
Yeah, and now we got the show, so I'm excited about that too.
Yeah, that's what's up. I can't wait.
Yeah, me neither.
The 29th, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. November the 29th.
I'm excited. Well,
big stage Comedy Zone.
No, this is gonna be later when this episode goes up.
Hey, well,
but anyway, the show was amazing.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
You should have been there.
Right. All right, Flo, plug your.
That's it. Handlers. Flow Funny.
Flow Funny.
YouTube, Instagram. But Facebook will not allow me to have the word funny because it's not a name. But, back when Facebook first started, you could have had fluffy peanut butter on there. But, yeah, so it's one N, Flow Funny Joe. And that's all I got. And, awesome. Yeah, my open mic's the first Wednesday of every month.
Justice Pub with Flo and Ian.
Yes, sir.
The other Ian.
The other Ian. Yeah. All right, let's clap one last time so I can sing the stuff. And
thanks again for coming out.
Thanks for having me. It was a great time.
It was good. We were flowing.
Yeah. This didn't even seem like...
It didn't even feel
time
like
just flew.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun and telling jokes.
There it is.
Exactly. All right, 1, 2, 3.